side name. My last name is Brown. I am a white woman with brown hair. I have long brown hair. I have glasses. I have a tan shirt on, green pants, black shoes. I have teal colored eyes. I have earrings on, some rings. That's who I am. Welcome, everyone. So all of you know how to sign? Who knows how to sign? Raise your hand. Or thumbs up. Okay, I see a little bit. Some people can a little bit. All right, so. Right there, I know you can sign. Anyone over here? Do you know how to sign? Some thumbs down, thumbs up. All right. Okay, so please feel free to let me know if I'm going way too fast. We do have an interpreter here today. This is Jen. And she'll be interpreting for me today. So when you hear her voice, she is voicing what I am signing for all of you. And then when you speak, she will sign to me. If you have any questions, please do raise your hand. And I'm happy to answer. All right, you all ready? Let's get your hands going, flex them up, stretch, get your hands in the form. All right, we're going to start with letters. This is the letter A. Make sure your thumb is on the side here. And your fingers are facing forward. Your palm is out. Okay, all right. This is B. So you just have your palm facing out, and then you tuck that thumb right in. Beautiful! Good job! Wow. And this one's easy. This is C. You just make a C with your hand. Now we have D. So see here? Your pointer finger stays up and the other fingers come down. D. 4 fingers go down and your pointer finger stays up. There you go. E. Good job. F. So most people get confused between D and F. So if you can envision the letters themselves, see the letter D, and as if you're drawing a lowercase d. Which way are we going to do? There we go, T. So your hand actually looks like that lowercase d. So if you kind of picture that in your mind, whereas F is more like the OK sign. G is the one we have next. Here we are. Yep. G, the pointer finger and the thumb. Make sure you have them both out there. There you go. That's good. H. How do you go through the alphabet there for a moment? H. I. Good job. J. You just make a J with that same pinky finger. Yep, J. Now we have K. So your thumb, so you have your 2 fingers, your pointer finger and your middle finger, and then your thumb goes and touches your middle finger right at the base there. L. There you go. Am I too fast? Are we going at an okay speed? M. So M, you have your 3 fingers and you just fold them right over your thumb. Yep, Yep, the pinky stays down, and the other 3 fingers fold right over your thumb. Now we have N. You start with the 2 fingers up, and then they go down. So M is 3 fingers, and N is 2 fingers right over that thumb. O, just make it O. P. So P is like K, but you turn it downward. So you have those 2 fingers again, your pointer finger to your middle finger, you put your thumb on your middle finger, and then tilt your wrist downward. Yep, that's right. K is up, P is down. Now this is Q. So Q, again, you have the 2 fingers just like G, except you tilt it downward again. Move that wrist downward. R, cross your fingers. S. So I'm going to make sure you're having your palm outward. Sort of like a fist, right? You just make that fist. T. So you put that thumb right between your index finger and your middle finger. Trap it in there. T. Like, you know, I see some people just shaking it like bathroom. You shake the T, that's bathroom. For toilet. T. U. Here's U. So make sure you keep your fingers together. You don't want to make a V, you want to make a U. They must be together and touching. Now you have V and you separate your fingers. Good job over here, wow. Nice job. W with the 3 fingers. X is this hook with your pointer finger. X. You just put the pointer finger up and bend the pointer finger down. Y. And Z. Draw the Z in the air with your pointer finger. Yes, like Zorro. That's exactly right. The spot. Yep, that's right. The Z in the air. Yay! Oh my gosh, great job, everyone. Woo! Good job. So how's your hands feel after that? It's hard, right? Your hands start to hurt, get tired. So you can switch back and forth from hand to hand, but most people sign with their right hand if they're right-handed, and their left hand if they're left-handed, but it's up to you. Whatever you're most comfortable with, you can go back and forth. So figure out what you're comfortable with and go with that. Some people have a hard time with movement in their hands. Or maybe you have a particular motor skill issue. That's fine. Use whatever hand you're comfortable with. All right, let's try it again. You ready? Everyone ready? A, B, C, all right, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, J, yep, make that hook with your pinky finger, K, L, M, N, U, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Yay! Yay, good job! So now you might be wondering, why was I doing that? Why was she waving her hands in the air like that, you might be thinking. Well, you all can hear clapping, right? You all can hear that. I can't hear that. I hear nothing. I don't have any hearing aids on. I can't hear a thing. So this is how you do applause in the deaf culture, in the deaf world. Because you can see it. It's visual. That's deaf applause. Good job. Good job with your ABCs, everyone. And then you're going to spell your name. All right, so my name. Okay, so this is how you say my. Put your hand on your chest like that, because you're going to say my name. This is the sign for name. So we typically don't say is. That's not something that's used in ASL language. So we leave that out. So you'd say my name, and then you would finger spell your name. C-A-T-H-E-R-I-N-E, and then I just showed you my name sign. So I want you all to pair off. Good job. What's next? Good question. We're going to do numbers. This is the sign for number. Number. Can everybody do number? This is the sign for number. And I don't want to overwhelm everyone. So we have 1 all the way through 13. But we're going to do 1 through 10 today, okay? Does that sound all right to everybody? And then next week, maybe we'll do 10 through 20. Okay? Does that sound good? All right. So this is number 1. 2. 3. With the thumb. 3. It is not like this. It is like this. 4. 5. Now this is 6. So that's why we do 3 with the thumb, not like this. Because if you had 3, and then you're looking at me, and I'm doing 6, it doesn't make any sense, right? So the deaf culture in ASL, it's 6 for us, but I know in English, when you're hearing, you think it's 3. But this is 6. And then this is 7. Now we have 8. This is 8, right here with the middle finger touching the thumb. 8. 9. 10. 10's with the thumb. Not bad, right? All right, let's do it again. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. So are you all feeling good? Let's see thumbs up. Yeah? This is yes, if you take your fist, or no. See if you at the end. Yes or no. And you shake your head accordingly, right? So do you all feel good? Let me see it. Yes or no? Oh, good. I see smiles. Woo, I'm relieved. That's good. Okay, so now we have this packet here. So this is basic. Hello! Is this how you sign hello? Hello! Hello, hi! Hello, there we go. All right. How? 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 Yep, so turn your hands inward. So it's how are you, for example. How are you? How are you? So you have to point to whoever you're talking to. So typically in deaf culture, we use a lot of verbs. But the verb is incorporated into the signs. So we don't sign how are you. We don't sign it that way. We actually skip that verb because it's incorporated into the sign. So it's just fast. How are you? So it's how you, but it's actually how are you? And you respond, good. It's G-O-O-D, good. This is how you sign good. So your flat hands from your chin to your other hand. Good. Or if you wanted to sign bad, it's the opposite way. So instead of having the back of your hand hit your other hand, the palm of your hand turns and you hit your hand. So here's good, right? Good. And now the opposite is bad. Good, bad. You want your face to match your sign. It is really important. I cannot emphasize this enough, that it is incredibly important for your face to match your signing. And the reason is because in the hearing world, right, you have your voice, and there's inflection, and you can hear the differences in the voice, right? You can hear the interpreter's voice going up and down. So the equivalent in the ASL is the face and the body. That correlates with the tone of voice. So it's incredibly important for communication that your facial expression matches your signs. Maybe you're signing big, you're signing small. It's incredibly important because, right, you're seeing me if I'm signing really big, right? That's just very normal in deaf culture and in ASL. So it'd be similar with inflection in one's voice. So you can hear different tones, right, in people's voices. You can hear if somebody's happy by the tone of their voice. You can hear if they say good, bad, oh, right? You can hear that difference. So, if I say how, right? Do it with me. How are you? How are you? Good. And make sure you put your lips, kind of say the word, so to speak, on your lips there. So you're like good or bad. If you're saying bad, oh, bad. Or, oh, I'm tired. Tired. And your shoulders go down. Oh, tired. It's on your face. It's in your body. Oh, I'm tired. I'm sure you all are tired today, right? Yep, so we lost that hour of sleep. We moved our clocks, right? So everybody's tired today. Woo! But you made it to class, yay! So I'm going to ask each of you, how are you back there? Good, perfect. And how are you? Good, perfect. How are you? Good, awesome. Good work. How about way back there? back there. How are you doing? Good, yep. There you go, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so see this first picture here at the upper left? He's saying hello. And then right below it, he's waving goodbye. G-O-O-D-B-Y-E, goodbye. Or wave bye, goodbye. So I typically sign this thumbs up, like goodbye, see you later. Why? It's just, I don't know, I don't typically think of saying goodbye. I'm more like see ya. So you want to say see ya, it's more cash, you give the thumbs up. See ya. So there's goodbye or see ya. Hello, hello. You see you're all doing it great. Good job. Awesome. You all are really good students. Woo. So technically you can sign goodbye, but it's really just easier because it's all incorporated into the one sign. So in ASL you don't need every sign for every English word. It's faster, it's more efficient. You just sign the wave, which means goodbye. So you can, it's not wrong, but just bye, goodbye. It's just all incorporated in that one sign. And the other participant is adding that it's more work for me. So if a deaf person has to look at more signs, it's more work for them. Okay, down here in the bottom left. This is C. See down here in the bottom left, these pictures, what they're showing is what I'm doing here. It's see you later. So you make the L shape. So you do C, you have your two fingers, your middle finger touches near your eye, you move your hand outward, then you change to the L and move it forward. See you later. See you later, alligator. See you later. You all have it? Copy me. See you later. See you later. There you go. Yep, see you later. Okay, now at the bottom here, next to it, moving to the right, we have happy. So happy you can do with two hands or one hand. This is happy. Typically it's with two hands. And then sad, so look how my face matches. Happy on the chest, and then sad. Your fingers come apart. You move your hands downward, kind of to replicate tears. Oh my gosh, you're so cute over here. All right, so any questions so far? Raise your hand if you have a question. Very good, exciting. No? No questions? Okay. Do you guys feel overwhelmed? Yes or no? No? Good. Good job. Sorry. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. All right, on the back here. So N-O is incorporated into this one movement of the N, and it kind of makes an O. So it's one sign for no. So let's decide. Okay, so remember we're signing good. You can either do it where you do the one hand that touches your other hand, or you can just do it without that second hand. But you want to make sure that your hand starts at your chin. So your dominant hand starts at your chin, and it could touch your non-dominant hand, but it doesn't have to. So sometimes I'm still like, I'm holding something in my non-dominant hand, right? So I'm still signing good. I'm not going to be bringing this paper over here. It's all awkward. So I sign good with one hand, just my dominant hand. Oh, and very important. This is a big one. Please. This is how you say please. Please. Open palm, and you rub your chest. And you rub it from your dominant side to your non-dominant side. So counterclockwise. Unless you're left-handed, then it's the other way. Yeah. So you rub it away from your whatever hand you're using. So for S, now we're going to say sorry. You use an S. And the S is the same as please. The sorry is the same as please, except you have an S on your chest instead of the open hand. So again, the movement is away from whatever hand you're using. So please has the open hand. This is please. And sorry has the S. Same movement, different hand shape. Please and sorry. And remember, show it on your face, right? Good job. All right, next one. This is excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me. So maybe if you burp or something, oh, excuse me. Or you're like, oh, excuse me, I need to scooch around. Excuse me. Yeah, remember, keep the facial expression. It shows if you're sort of being like, excuse me, or excuse me. You gotta have it on your face, right? Or, it's also similar to forgive. Yeah, I mean, it's similar. Yeah, it's kind of a similar concept too, right? But use that for excuse me. So we are sorry, we have please. So what do you think the sign for G-O-O-D? What's the sign for good? There we go. Yep. Yep, make sure you start at the chin. Okay. Good job. What's the sign for, look at my finger spelling, B-A-D. What's the sign for bad? There you go. Perfect. Got it. Perfect. Good job. Great. A+ to you all. Champ. What is the sign for, oh, the interpreter is supposed to turn your voice off now. Sorry. So what's the sign for L-E-A-S-E? Interpreter missed the P. P-L-E-A-S-E. P-L-E-A-S-E. Yep, there we go. Good job. Yep, rubbing on the chest. Remember, the circle goes away from whatever hand you're using. Good. Any questions? Do people have questions for me?
Does it mean something else if it goes backwards?
To go backwards.
Or maybe it's just wrong.
We're trying to figure out. Oh, that is a complicated question. You were trying to figure out if it really mean anything. We're all saying that we've never actually seen anything ever signed this way, so as far as we know, it doesn't mean anything. That's a good question. Any other questions? Any other questions at all? So do you need a hand break? Are your hands getting tired? Okay, let's do a 5-minute break. Okay, you can give your hands a rest, let your mind calm down a little bit. All right, everyone ready? The time is flying. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's almost 7. I didn't realize. Oh my gosh, it's so close. We've almost been here for an hour. That's good. Okay. So, I wanted to tell you a little bit about deaf culture. I think it's really important that all of you have some knowledge about deaf culture. So with deaf culture, most people approach the deaf person and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do, and oh my gosh, they're deaf. Like, I'm hearing, they're deaf, I don't know what the heck to do. Right? That happens. I'm sure if you haven't had that experience yet, you probably could imagine. So first and foremost, the absolute #1 priority is do not yell. Yeah, I mean, that is #1. Because why? What is the point? We can't hear, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. So try to keep that in the back of your mind. So a lot of people, they will yell when they see someone who's deaf, or when hard of hearing as well. Or sometimes when somebody comes, they're late deafened, they become deaf later in life. But honestly, you can just make it worse, even if someone does have some hearing, so just letting you know. So just speak like you normally would. You don't need to speak slowly, anything like that. You just say, like, hi, how, or, no, you're not too fast either. Just your normal, regular speed and tone of voice and volume. But I also want to let you know that most deaf people do not read lips. So 1 is do not yell, and 2, do not assume that the deaf person is reading lips. That's actually not true. So some deaf people do, and some deaf people don't. So, like myself. So the third thing I want you to know is about writing back and forth. And taking turns writing back and forth. So if you have a piece of paper in your pocket or something, you can write back and forth with someone. That is good communications. Or also nowadays we all have our phone, right? And you can type on your smartphone and type back and forth and show each other what you're typing. You could also gesture. You know, like cold. And so the international sign for code, right? You're all hot, you're all thirsty. You gesture, right? We can understand each other. Like hot. Oh, right, yeah, right, exactly what you were doing. You show that you're hot. And that's really important that you're trying. So, a lot of people, we talk about eye contact as well. Eye contact in the deaf community is incredibly important. You really have to maintain that eye contact. So if there is a deaf person with a hearing person and they make eye contact, it feels so much more comfortable because you feel a connection with the person. You feel that they're trying to engage with you. If there's a deaf person and then a hearing person are talking and the deaf person then looks away, the hearing person then looks away, that connection's lost. You're like, what are they looking at? Why aren't they looking at me anymore? And you've just lost that connection. So eye contact is incredibly important. All right? So number one, again, remember, do not yell. Just don't do it. And be honest, just be yourself. Don't be embarrassed. Just be who you are. You don't want to yell though. Okay, good? All right, awesome. So in deaf culture, so there are some deaf schools where people will grow up in the deaf schools. And some of the deaf schools have ASL and deaf education and deaf socialization and a lot of deaf culture. But a little bit of my history. So I was born hearing. And I became sick with spinal meningitis. And it impacted me at 6 years old. That's when it affected me as a baby. And I became sick. I was in the hospital for 2 months. And my parents didn't find out that I was deaf until I was 3. So there was that chunk of time. And that's incredibly important to learn. And learn words, and learn language, and learn structure. And in that period of time, during 1, 2, 3, right, it's critical for language acquisition. And my parents didn't know I was deaf. So I do use hearing aids myself. I do not have them on now, but here is my hearing aid. I took it off. Without the hearing aid, I am completely deaf. I can hear nothing, stopping nothing at all. With the hearing aid, I can hear some sounds. My right ear, nothing, completely deaf. But in my left ear, I can hear a little bit with the hearing aid. It's nice. But it can be challenging to figure out, what are the sounds that I'm hearing? Where did they come from? What direction is it? Is it a voice? Is it music? It can be very confusing and quite varied. But there are beautiful sounds. But I love silence. So I have 3 hearing children. And they're learning, they learn sign from the moment they were born, which is incredibly important, obviously, right? I'm a mom, I need to communicate with my children. But sometimes they are very stubborn. And they don't want to sign, but whatever, that's fine. They're kids. Kids will be kids, right? But it's incredibly important for communication. And in deaf and hard of hearing, friends, family, you want to be able to interact. So now is the greatest time to learn. There is never too late to learn. It is always the best time to learn. It's never too late. So any questions at all about me or anything I've told you? No? Okay. Thank you for letting me share a little bit about my history. Well, that's who I am. So, I think we're going to do some practice. Let's do the ABC practice before you all leave for the night, okay? Yeah. Everyone ready? E. Yep, there you go. F. G. H. I. J. Yep, J. K. L. M. N. O. P. Q. R. That's right. S. T. U. V. W.
ask a question? Does it make a
Yeah,
difference
go ahead.
if you do it this way or this way?
So you always want your palm facing outward with your finger spelling? Because when your finger spelling, you're putting your palm outward, and the reason is because if you are signing it this way, the other person can't see it, right? They're missing everything. All they're seeing is the back of your hand. So you want to have your palm facing outward so that the other person can see what letter you're signing. If you're signing this way, they're like, okay, that's the back of your hand. They can't see anything, right? Like, that's all it is. So yep, you want to show the person you're speaking to what you're signing. So if the person perhaps is next to you, maybe you're driving in the car, then you could sign it that way because you'd be facing it towards the person. So you're always facing it towards the person who is looking at your signing. Because you want the person to see, right? Does that make sense? Everyone get it? Get it. Speaking of which, when we have an ASL interpreter, it's like, oh my gosh, their job is mind-blowing. Without interpreters, I mean, we'd be lost. So they do a lot of hard work, there's a lot of practice, their mind is just going a mile a minute, they have to interpret inside their brain, it's absolutely amazing. But it's really important that their job, well actually, you know what, let me explain a little bit more. So an ASL interpreter, so suppose you're speaking to the interpreter. The interpreter will sign it to me, right? Because she's working. But if the interpreter's off, and I don't need her, you're going to talk to me, right? Because we're going to be signing anyway. So I'm in the room, so the interpreter's going to be signing because she knows that I'm here. So there's both voicing and signing. There's also CART, C-A-R-T. Yep, so sometimes you see that when there's typing up on a screen. There's also something called translation, which is written word to signing. There's also closed captioning. You see that on the TV? This is all in addition to interpreting. But you see that, right? Sometimes you put the captions on the TV. Yeah, exactly. And it's all so cool. And it's tough though, right? Because you can't miss a word if it's up there. So I'm sure most of you are curious about, like, so can deaf people drive? Has anyone ever wondered that? People wonder if deaf people can drive. That's often a question that we get all the time. They say, can you drive? And yes, yeah. Yeah, we can see, right? Yeah, I can see just like you. I just don't hear. So typically deaf people are actually really good drivers because we are so visual. We have so much more acuity with our eyes, so we actually take in a lot more, and we drive, and we do anything that you guys can do, right? We do everything exactly the same. We just don't hear. That's it. But we always need to have signs that are ASL accessible. So we need ASL accessibility for working, for going to doctor's appointments, for conferences, for lawyers' appointments, landlords, anywhere, we need to have an interpreter there. So we just need to make that request. Also, if you're speaking to me, Catherine, and the interpreter is here, make sure you speak directly to me. You speak to the deaf person. So for example, let's pretend I'm a hearing person. If say, tell her, they're speaking, if I was the hearing person talking to the interpreter, tell her that I said, no, just talk directly to me. So just, talk directly to the deaf person, almost as if the interpreter isn't there. Because I'm a human, right? I'm human too. So talk directly to me. Don't be shy, just talk directly to me. Sort of like the interpreter isn't there in the conversation. So I hope this information is helpful. Yes, yes, let me see the yes or no. Is this helpful? Okay, I see some yes. Great. Champ. This is the sign for champ. That's my favorite word in ASL. Champ. It means you're doing great. It means you're awesome. Okay, so we practice numbers.
Oh, I like that.
You like that? Okay. All right, you ready? Get your number paper there if you want. All right, 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes! Good job. Any questions? Anything at all? Yeah? I love questions, yes? Okay. Important word. Thank you. Thank you. So make sure, again, that you start on the chin. You touch your chin here, and you move your hand outward. So do not do it on the chin. That's very different. No. You do not want that. That is bad. That is wrong. Do not do that. Touch your hand on the outside of your chin and move it outward. So it's same as good, right? Right, so this is good, and this is thank you. But again, you're putting it on your face, you're maybe moving your mouth differently. So yes, thank you so much. Wonderful question. This is welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So think of a door opening, right? So you're welcoming the person in, so to speak, through the doorway. It's a similar concept. Welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you. And you're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you all for being good students. Thank you. Any more questions? I thought we saw a hand. Any more questions?
How did you come up with your sign name?
Yes, so the C and the circle around my face. So great question. So typically a deaf person gives the sign name. So same with hearing people. If a hearing person has a sign name, it's because a deaf person gave it to them. So I grew up in the deaf culture since I was 4 years old. So that deaf teacher that I had one time gave me my sign name as Catherine. So I grew up with Catherine. It's the C, they move it around the face. So 40-some years, that's been my sign name because a deaf teacher gave it to me. And also I used to work in the deaf field, and they gave me a different sign name because the deaf community is very, very strong there. So they gave me this sign name, which is a C on a chin, just to keep it simple. But my actual sign name is Catherine. So it can be different and unique depending on your environment. So if you became my best friend, I would give you a sign name. And also my children, they have sign names. So my oldest child is Jolie. And this is her sign name, sort of this J that goes out from the eye here. And the reason is because she sparkles. So she was just born brilliant and sparkling. And my son, my second child, is Miles, and this is the name sign here on the chin. And he's very serious, so that's why we gave him the M on the chin. Very similar to serious. He's a cute boy, but he's very serious, so we gave him that name sign. And my third child, my youngest daughter, is Tula. And this is her name sign here, the T on the chest with this movement. And it's because she's so happy. Just from birth, she was always happy. So we gave her this T sort of in the happy hand movement. So that's the creative way that name signs can be signed. So I hope you all come back next week for Def's class. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again and seeing all of your faces. We're good? Everyone's good? So, have good night. Right? Did you get it? Have a good night. Good night. Thank you all for coming.